besties, thank you so much for clicking on this video. It's lovely to have you. If you're new, my name is Charlotte. Thank you for clicking, and if you're not new, it's so good to see you again. We love familiar faces around here. But yeah, as you can see this week, I'm actually filming this at the end of the week. We did some mood reading. Well, and I also thought I would like, I didn't plan on reading any of these books, but I also thought we could kind of see how much I actually read in a week. And that's what we have done. It's been a really good reading week. We had some really good books, a new release, an audiobook. So yeah, I will just let you get into things and hear about the books that I was reading, see how much I was reading, and let's go. So it is Sunday evening. I thought I would give you a little bit of an update. So I have been reading Legendary by Stephanie Garber today, but I've actually been listening to the audiobook. I'm not sure. So I'm being a little cheeky and I'm listening to the audiobook as a podcast, or like when people just upload them. I'm 2.5 hours in, but I'm not sure like what chapter I'm on or anything, and obviously like it doesn't tell me, so because it is a podcast, so I'm not sure like what chapter I'm on right now, but I'm 2.5 hours in, so I think I must be around like 100, I guess. Yeah, I think I am literally around 100 from what I looked at, and so far I'm really enjoying it. I have read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I read that first. I read that before I even knew the series existed, to be honest. And then I think I'm gonna listen to the audiobook to get up to like just figure out where I am in the book. And then once I figured out where I am in the book, I am going to I'm gonna just read. Basically, I might listen to the audiobook and read, but I might just read. And then I'm hoping to get a fair way through, hopefully, this book. And then I'd like to finish this tomorrow because Skyshade, well, this is the issue. Skyshade comes out on Tuesday. I have pre-ordered from Amazon. When you go on Amazon and look at pre-orders, it says that it won't come until the 18th. And I can't find anything on my order saying when it's gonna come. So I don't know if I don't know if it's called Skyshade. I think it is. The third book in the Light series. Basically, I don't know if it's going to come on Tuesday, and I really want to read it as soon as possible, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that whole situation, basically. So yeah, I don't know when I need to aim to finish this by, because obviously like as soon as that comes in, I'm going to pick it up, like I don't care. But yeah, so far anyway, I'm enjoying this. There's not too much to say. Like, these books are kind of hard to describe like what they're about, because they are just about this thing called Caravel, and you can't really explain it because it's just strange. But this is about Donatella, who is Scarlet's sister, and book 1 focused mainly on Scarlet, so it's kind of interesting having that character switch. But yeah, I feel like I've rambled a lot, but I don't know if I've really said anything. Let's catch up. So yesterday I ended up reading 164 pages. So far today I have read from 175 to 209, so I did all of that this morning, like first thing when I woke up, before I did anything else. I had quite a busy day today. I had some big editing problems, which I'm hoping are no longer going to be a problem, but that has meant that I just haven't had as much reading time. I had to film a video today as well, and now I need to go back and do more editing on the first video. So yeah, that has been like a little bit difficult in terms of just not getting to read as much as I would like to on a day off. But yeah, I'm gonna eat and then bring my laptop upstairs and just sit and edit and try and get that video I had the problems with finished, ready for Wednesday. Anyway, that is actually so off topic, but yeah, I want to finish editing and then I just want to sit and read this evening. So I would really like to finish editing by like 7. It's 5:15 now, so I'm not sure if that's a realistic thing, or I might just put a pin in it at 7 and finish it tomorrow, and then I want to sit and read, because I actually would like to get a lot of this done, because I did get my Amazon email and Skyshade is on its way, so I would really like to read that tomorrow. So I've got 210 pages left of Legendary, so I don't know if that's an amount I'd be able to do this evening. It might be that I finish it like first thing tomorrow morning, but I'm not too sure. I have a run first thing tomorrow morning, which does mean that I go a bit later because I need to wait for it to get light, and I also need to I eat a bit more like properly before and a bit earlier, so that will give me a little bit more reading time as well. But yeah, I'm gonna make dinner. Well, I just need to reheat dinner because I meal prep and then edit, and then we can read, and I'm really excited to just get back into that story, I'm not gonna lie. Tuesday update. Also, I'm really sorry if you can hear my tumble dryer. I've literally just put it on for more time, but I wanted to give you an update because I don't think I vlogged yet today. So yesterday I read 150 pages, if you're curious. So I realized I didn't explain my current shift pattern. So I do like a 4-day week, but it rotates. So I'm currently on Wednesdays to Saturdays, so I have Sunday, Mondays and Tuesdays off, which is why I've been able to read quite a lot, I guess. Yeah, I guess I've read more than what I would on a working day, I suppose. Although my days have been busy, like I've not really been reading during work hours apart from this morning. Anyway, yesterday I managed to read 150 pages of Legendary, and then today I read the last 90 pages that I had to finish it. So I read that this morning, and I just had quite a slow morning, saying you had quite a lot to do today. But this afternoon, so I was like, I'm gonna have a slow morning. Anyway, yeah, so I finished that this morning. I'll give my full thoughts at the end of this video, but I really don't know. I do enjoy these books, but like they're so weird that I just never fully know what's going on. They're just strange. They're really weird because you never know, like stuff is constantly coming out that just like isn't, that like changes the plot and like who the characters are and like the point of everything. But yeah, that's finished, and I'm really glad to, like, that is another book that's part of a series done. So I've got one more book left in this series, and I don't have Spectacular on my TBR, but I would quite like to read it because I saw the special edition in a bookshop recently, and I was flicking through it, and it is absolutely stunning. Like, it's got drawings and stuff, and like it is gorgeous. So I do think that like if I get to finale before Christmas, I will pick it up. The reason I say before Christmas is Spectacular is like a Christmas book. I think it's like a Yule situation. So yeah, but I've had a package. I'm sure we can all tell what this is from what I've been talking about in this video, so that we can just open it together. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this book. So I did get the hardbacks. Obviously the paperback won't come out for a while, and I was like, I'm actually just too impatient to wait. I was like, I'm okay with just having one hardback, especially because these are pretty much like the same size. So I'm so excited. It looks smaller, but I don't know if it just looks smaller because it's a hardback. Oh my god, no, it is shorter. It's only 381 pages. Oh, I mean, it's 20 pages, what, like, that's really not much of a difference. But like, they've printed, I'm guessing it was meant to be shorter because it's printed really bizarrely. Oh my god. The blue foiling on the hardback, absolutely stunning. This packet like the dust cover feels the same as the other books as well, so it feels a little bit uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie. It's a really small hardback. It's really strange. I don't think I've ever had a small hardback. But anyway, as I was saying, it is printed really weirdly. So the map is like the inner pages. I never remember what these are called, but like, you know, when it's like just attached to the hardback, and then you open it, it has like sky shade, and then the first internal page has the dedication, but also like all of the publishing information, and then it just goes straight into the first chapter. So I'm assuming it ended up being longer and then the acknowledgements, I looked when I went to see how many pages, the acknowledgements are like one single page right at the back. So I'm assuming, unless maybe the others have been like that, but it makes me think that maybe it was originally going to be even shorter, which makes me really nervous for like the last book in a series. But yeah, I've got some editing that I want to get done, and then I am absolutely going to be picking this up. Quite a late update from me. It's like 10 p.m. I'm literally getting into bed to go to sleep, but I'll read a little bit first. But I read up to page 100 last night of Sky Shade, and then this morning before work I read 50 pages, and then I read 6 pages in my lunch break, so I'm up to page 156 of Sky Shade. Obviously, third book in a series, I can't really tell you what it's about because spoilers. But so far so good. It is definitely living up to the rest of the series. Really, really enjoying it. Excited to get back into it. I haven't read this evening because it's Wednesday. On a Wednesday I watch Location and Grand Designs with my mum. It's like the only TV I watch. But it's quite nice. It's like some nice social time after I've been in the office. Even the office is already like social time. Anyway, really enjoying this. And then at work today I also started the audiobook. I went on Libby and was just looking at audiobooks they had, and they had I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy available like straight away. So I'm 4 chapters into that, which is only 6% of the way through, and so far really enjoying it. I really liked Carly growing up, and like Sam was one of my favourite characters, so definitely going to be like interesting and probably quite sad listening to that audiobook. And yeah, it might be one that I've wanted to listen to the audiobook of, because for non-fiction I do much prefer an audiobook, so I'm excited. And I also feel like it's much easier to have a non-fiction and a fiction on the go at the same time rather than 2 fictions. So it is quite short, it's like 6 hours long. I listen on 1.5 times speed, so I think it'll probably take me like 4.5 hours in total. So I'll probably finish that tomorrow at work. But yeah, I'm going to read for a little bit before I go to bed now. I need to take my makeup off actually. And then, so this morning I woke up at 5:30 to read for an hour before work, whereas tomorrow I didn't shower tonight, so I wanted to do a workout in the morning and then shower obviously before I go to work. So I don't know if I'll have time to do a workout and read. So I'm not too sure what that will look like. But yeah, this morning, so when I am working, I do try and get up early, so I have like an hour or 45 minutes of reading time, because I definitely find that one, it means that I've definitely read that day, and 2, I feel a lot more encouraged to read in my lunch and after work if I've already read. So yeah. But I'm going to go take my makeup off and get settled into reading Sky Shade.
It consists of segments of set work and schoolwork, which we are required to do on set, so we go back and forth between the
2. It's time for a little bit of an update. So I don't think I filmed anything yesterday. So on Wednesday I read 71 pages of, wait, maybe I did film on Wednesday. I'm not too sure. What we'll do is at the end we'll do a big recap of how many pages I've read, but so we'll talk about yesterday. So I mainly listened to I'm Glad My Mum Died yesterday. I didn't really get too much like physical reading time in, because I'm not gonna lie, I've started to really look at holidays for next year. I feel like it's hit that time. It's hit the time in the year where you just want to look at holidays for next year, so that is what I did. Which meant that I only ended up reading about 60 pages of Sky Shade, but I have managed to do a little bit of reading already today, to the point where I now only have like 100 pages left. It's like 9 p.m. I am working again tomorrow, but my plan is to just sit down and basically finish. I just want to finish Sky Shade now. If you have ever read an Alex Aster book, I don't know if it's just the Lilac series or if it's her other books as well, the last 100 pages, everything goes wild, like so crazy, so insane. So I really would like to get that done. And then I finished. I'm glad my mum died today. I really enjoyed it. I found it was a difficult listen, and I think if you've not already, because I know I am quite late, if you've not already read it or listened to it, I would really recommend the audiobook, because Jeanette narrates it herself and you really get like the emotion behind a lot of stuff. And yeah, I feel like, because I grew up watching iCarly, I feel like even if I read the book I'd have read it in her voice. But yeah, I really enjoyed the audiobook. However, please make sure you check the trigger warnings in detail, because it is predominantly about eating disorders. There is a lot of others, like the girl went through, like she's been through it. It's really sad. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of quite graphic things as well. Like everything is described quite graphically. But yeah, I would really recommend checking out the trigger warnings, because yeah, it's very heavy. But yeah, that is the update. So I've pretty much just been reading this week, like mornings, some lunchtime reading, and then evenings whilst I've been at work. So I've definitely seen, like, on work days I've definitely not been reading anywhere near as much as I was on my days off, which is fine, that's to be expected. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think my plan is to finish Sky Shade tonight, and then tomorrow morning before work I'd like to start Crown of Midnight in Throne of Glass, because I'm kind of itching to get back into Throne of Glass now. So yeah. Brief interlude, because Look After You by The Fray has come on in this playlist, and please tell me that, like, I'm not the only one that, like, I cannot hear this song anymore without thinking of Joey and Shannon. And now I'm like, oh, maybe I should finally read Keeping 13, because I've been so scared to following Binding 13 because that book was so sad. But now I'm like, oh, maybe I should. But I know it's literally just because of this song. I cannot listen to this song without thinking of Joey and Shannon. Interlude done. It is now Sunday. We are wrapping this video up, so I thought I don't think I vlogged anything yesterday other than like just a couple of reading clips. I didn't get a lot of reading in, so I thought what we would do is basically just go through what I read each day. I do have a like notes app thing that I kept track of how much I was reading. So on Sunday we read 164 pages of Legendary. So I also did have the audiobook of this, so I was listening to the audio and reading, so I just did the page count for this one. Monday we read 150 pages of Legendary. Tuesday we read 92 pages of Legendary to finish it. So now we pause and we talk about it. So I really enjoyed this. This was a 4-star for me. It was a really nice continuation of the series. I obviously can't really talk about what happens because it would just be spoilers for book 1, but it was a nice continuation of the series. The series is so unique. I've really not read anything like it. The one thing I find is sometimes like it's so weird and like dreamlike. I struggle to keep my attention throughout. That's the only issue I have with these books, and I don't think that's like a bad problem to have, if you know what I mean. Like that's not a bad thing for a book. So yeah, overall definitely has been like an enjoyable read, and I'm excited to finish the series, which I would like to do before Christmas so that I can read Spectacular, because obviously that is a Christmas novella, so I feel like it has to be done. So once I'd finished Legendary, it was the Tuesday that Skyshade came out, so of course we had to get straight into that. So on Tuesday, as well as our 92 pages, we read 100 pages of Skyshade. So Tuesday was our best reading day with 192 pages total. And then on Wednesday I read 71 pages of Skyshade, and I also started the audiobook of I'm Glad My Mum Died, which is Jeanette McCurdy's audiobook, and I read 6% of that. Thursday we did 60 pages of Skyshade and 55% like of I'm Glad My Mum Died, so like I got up to 61%. And then Friday I finished both Skyshade and I'm Glad My Mum Died, so we'll talk about Skyshade first. So I read 153 pages to finish this. I really enjoyed this book. I didn't enjoy it as much as the rest of the series, I'm not gonna lie. I went into this book thinking it was a trilogy series. It's not, but that wasn't announced at the time. So from my understanding, the author announced on the day the book was released that it's actually going to be a 4/5 book series. So yeah, I don't know. There's a love triangle and it's still going on in book 3, and I do feel like it could have been quashed in this book. Because I would happily read more books about these characters, about this world, about the problems they're having without the love triangle. Like the love triangle to me, like, is definitely a point where like I don't understand how there's people on the other team. Like I don't get it. The only thing I would love to see, I'd love to see them become a throuple. I think that would be really fun and just different. Anyway, yeah, it didn't hit the same as the others. There were certain bits that just didn't feel like fleshed out enough. There was also like an introduction of more spice in this book, and I just like, I feel like if you're having to rely on the romance and the chemistry by like spice, maybe let's just get rid of one of these love interests, you know? So that was a bit of a letdown for me. I think this is gonna be 4.5 stars, so like it's not bad. It's not bad at all, but the other books were 5-star reads for me. This one, I think it could have been longer, and I said when I unboxed it, the way it's printed makes me personally think that it was rushed, just because like I know that when you hand your first draft in and you say it's gonna be X amount of pages, and then that's what they like template basically, and that's what they like a lot when they're making everything. And to me it seems like they'd allotted for less pages, because like I've never seen a book where the acknowledgements are printed like that and that's just the end of the book. I do quite like that the map is like these pages, but I don't think that's intentional, because you also have the dedication is just like right here on the same page with all of the publishing details. Like I definitely feel like this book was rushed, and I don't know if the fact that it was so clear from the way it's the way it's published, the way it's printed, made the book feel more rushed as well. Like I obviously can't, there's no way of comparing to see, but yeah, definitely felt like it was a little bit rushed, but still really good, and still such an incredible series. I really like this series. The last 100 pages is always crazy. Like I really didn't know, and of course because I was going into it thinking it was like the final book, like I really didn't know what I thought could happen, because I was like, because like we were getting to the last like 10 pages and I was like, nothing's been wrapped up. Obviously now I realise why, but yeah, really enjoyed that. And then obviously, as I said, I also finished I'm Glad My Mum Died. I have rated this on Fable because you have to rate books on Fable. You can't leave them as like blank or 0. But we won't talk about rating because I don't like the concept of rating memoirs, so I just put it as 5 stars because that seemed like the fairest thing to do. I enjoyed this a lot, but it's a very difficult listen. Like, it wasn't an easy book to read, but it was, I don't want to say enjoyable because like that doesn't feel like the right word. It was a really interesting read, really interesting like listen, I guess. I liked that it was voiced by Jeanette. I think that made it really interesting and added like a deeper layer to it in a way. I would really recommend it if you grew up watching iCarly. I feel like most people have read this, but if you haven't yet, I would really recommend it. I would definitely listen to the audiobook. I feel like it adds a layer. I also think it's quite short, so I think it's only like a 6-hour audiobook. She speaks at a really good pace as well. Like, this is the only audiobook I've ever listened to where I've not had to put in 2 times speed because pacing is really good. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and it's really sad to see someone that provided so much entertainment during your own childhood to know they were suffering through so much, because they were also in their childhood. Like, really sad, but I'm glad that I listened, and I'm glad that I know. And then on Saturday, because I did stay up till nearly midnight on Friday night finishing Sky Shade, so on Saturday I didn't read a huge amount. I read a little bit before work, and I want to say a little bit, 10 pages, and then tiny bit in the evening, but really not a lot. I don't know, what did I do on Saturday evening? I edited a YouTube video. I was editing my YouTube, so I didn't really get a huge amount of time to read. So I read 44 pages of Crown of Midnight. So obviously don't have any strong thoughts here. I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying, like, just to give you guys like a little bit of insight, I am really enjoying the Throne of Glass series so far. I'm enjoying it a lot more than ACOTAR, I think. I don't know, actually, because obviously like Count Assassin's Blade is 0.5, so maybe not. Maybe when I was I'm gonna just like compare this to A Court of Mist and Fury, because I feel like you can't say like it's the same as being up to A Court of Wings and Ruin. Like, I don't know, it's hard because those are bigger books. I don't know. I am enjoying it though. I think I like it more than ACOTAR, but I'm not too sure yet. I think I need to get further through because, as I said, those are bigger books. It's harder to judge. I still don't feel super connected to the characters, which is the thing that I found with ACOTAR. So I don't know if it's just her writing. Like, I struggle to connect with it. But yeah, I'm going to keep going because I am enjoying the plot. I'm enjoying the vibes. So yeah. So yeah, it's been a really, really good reading week. We've read 3 books in full and started a 4th. So very, very happy with that. Thank you so much for watching. If there's any reading vlogs that you would like me to do, let me know, because I am all ears. I am all ears. There's so many that I am interested in doing. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Bye!